In this way, the living entity gets a suitable body with its material mind and senses according to his fruitive activities. When the reaction of his particular activity comes to an end, that end is called death. And when his particular type of reaction begins, the beginning is called birth. From time immemorial, the living entity travels in the different species of life and the different planets almost perpetually. This process is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Brahmaya sarvabhutani yandara udrani mayaya. Under the spell of Maya, everyone is wandering throughout the universe and the cage of the body offered by the material energy. Materialistic life involves a series of actions and reactions. It is a long film spool of actions and reactions. And one lifespan is just a flash in such a reactionary show. When a child is born, it is to be understood that his particular type of body is the beginning of another set of activities. And when an old man dies, it is to be understood that one set of reactionary activities is finished. We can see that because of different reactionary activities, one man is born in a rich family and another is born in a poor family. Although both of them are born in the same place, at the same moment, and in the same atmosphere. One who is carrying pious activity with him is given a chance to take his birth in the rich or pious family, and one who is carrying impious activity is given a chance to take birth in a lower, poor family. The change of body means a change to different field of activities. Similarly, when the body of the boy changed into that of the youth, the boyish activities change into useful activities. It is clear that a particular body is given to the living entity for a particular type of activity. This process is going on perpetually, from time which is impossible to trace out. Vaishnava poets therefore say, Anadi karma phale, which means that these actions and reactions of one's activity cannot be traced. For they may even continue from the last millennium of Brahma's birth to the next millennium. We have seen the example in the life of Narada Muni. In one millennium he was the son of a manservant, and in the next millennium he became a great sage. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Gyanativiradasya Gyanam Chalakaya Chakshurmilita Vinam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swarupa Kadamahyam Vadakisva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Kurum Vaishnavam Shri Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagnatmatamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sampudam Bhajanam Sridham Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padat Saranam Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vitam Sham Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Ratha Kanta Namo Sute Tapta Tashanam Gorangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Tvipasindhuve Vacham Patitam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupada Krishna Krishna Vishnu Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pashnata Deshitare Antarva Vishnu Machima Pasukam Sanjayati Kloshati Tavam Sutama Vinyanshastam Shandam Shandam Samadhi Pranam Bhagavate Purushati Namasheshna Manchi Tamatra Srupam Rupam Jasadhara Rupuri Mat Kuri Kushtavati Vada Kundam Girvara Bharatikam Atvat Sampati Esapadi Kripayeshi Kundam Gaura Sundara Shri Krishna Krishna Bhakti Nilachala Nilachala Nityam Bhava Maheva Bhava Sukhala Jagannath Karte Namaha Fantastic Guru Shrimad Bhagavatam Jagannath Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Asking blessings from the senior devotees, Prabhupada's disciples, and just to say something suitable for today's event. So the teaching of Kapila Muni is very scientific, very deep. Kapila Shiksha. It's analysis of material nature, material elements, and it's called Sankhya Yoga. Prabhupada said that it's not different from Bhakti Yoga, by the way. And Kapila Muni explains different history of conditioned soul. Like conditioned soul wandering around this universe, transmigrating to the different species of life, chasing after fruits of one's work. And he explained this in very sometimes precise, sometimes metaphorical language. Metaphorical language, indirect language of the Vedas. It's called Paroksha Vada. Parokšavada Rishaya Parokšamamacha Priyaha. So this language, Vedic mantras and ancient rishis are very indirect, flowery language of the Vedas. Why it is? Why this language is there? And it's indirect. There's so many different analogies, so many different examples. Why? Because Krishna likes it. So Krishna likes this language. Why? Because some reasons are there. Like, for example, one of the reasons that those people, general masses or unscrupulous people, those who don't understand the pastimes of the Lord, confidential secrets or divine knowledge, they do not get access to this transcendental knowledge. And also, they have to go through the parampara system, right? This is transcendental bureaucracy. So they have to line up and receive the knowledge through the line. Otherwise, we become bewildered. And also, we should not caught up in the dogma. You know, sometimes we dogmatically thinking, very kind of, what is it called? Narrow-minded, yeah. Therefore, we have to think, we have to contemplate, we have to go deep in the Vedic knowledge. It's called mananam nididhyasana. Shravana, we're hearing, then mananam, we contemplating on, and then we assimilate this knowledge, and we're going deep. And this knowledge becomes part of our consciousness. This is the process of assimilation, divya jnana, transcendental knowledge. So that's why Kapila Muni, he uses language, flowery language of the Vedas, which is indirect, Parokšavada Rishaya. So he explained that conditioned living entity entrapped into this, in intricacies of material nature, entrapped into this body, encaged in this body, which consists of Bhumira, Purnalo, Yuka, Mana, Buddhira, all these different elements, gross material elements, subtle material elements as well are there. And this living entity is wandering around the universe, chasing after different types of happiness, Brahmanda, Pranati, Kona, Bhagavan, Jiva. And Vedic literature calls different names, different titles, this body. Sometimes it's called kshetra, or field of activities, right? Kshetra means, so we planted the seeds of our desires on a field of activities, then we reap the harvest, we get them as a result of our activities, actions and reactions. Sometimes this body is called Navadvarapuri, right? The city of 9 gates, like Mahavishnu Swami singing. What am I supposed to do? I'm living in a city of 9 gates, with the 9 gates. Sometimes this body is called yantra. Yantra means machine, yeah? Biological machine. Brahma, Sarva, Bhutani, Yantra, Rudrani, Maya. So consists of material energy. So we drive in this machine, like we're driving on the highway. Sometimes a car going without driver. I saw it. And this is a dangerous situation. Driver sleeping somewhere. So this is body sometimes is called Ratha, right? So Ratha means chariot. And in the Upanishads I give a vivid example of this Ratha. Ratha, chariot, where the living entity or soul sits, resides, like a passenger. There are 5 wild horses, which are senses, driving us to the object of the senses. There is some driver, which is supposed to be intelligence or buddhi, reins, which are mind, and all these we interact in material life, so we're chasing after the object of the senses, which are outside, and this is called tanmatras, so we attracted to this, and we helplessly entrapped in this material life, intricacies, actions and reactions, karmana daiva. And there is no beginning, no end. Anandya Bhakya, we from time immemorial entrapped in this situation. Changing the body is going from different species of life, different levels of existence, different universes even, Krishna say Bhakya Mukha. What's the verse? Krishna Bhakya Mukha Pana Bhogavan Chakara. Right? So we turn away from Krishna towards material nature. So we got lost in this illusory representation of God. Anyway, so, and there is no end, no beginning, no end. Anandya Bhakya Mukha. Krishna say Uri Jiva Anandya Bhakya Mukha, Lord Chaitanya said to Sanatana Goswami. So how we get out? We're fortunate, we receive transcendental knowledge, so we understand. So we have some different processes and methods and different yoga systems how to get out. And so many of them. And today I would like to bring up one is alternative one, how to get out from this trap of material existence, cage of this material body which we're trapped from the time immemorial. And this particular type, how to escape from this dangerous situation in which we are now, is connected to this day. And this day today is the day of beginning of Ratha Yatra, right? So Ratha Yatra is a great festival, great public rite, social event, huge event, which we're celebrating, of course, profusely as well in this home. And this is the way how to escape from this material situation, to receive the darshan of the Lord. Because He's the Lord of the universe, He's the Jagannath. He's a master of universe. And like very beautifully put one of the Vaishnavas, he said, a beautiful analogy, he explained that when a person is sick, when he is very sick condition, disease condition of life, our sickness is forgetfulness of God, right? So it's avidya. And when a person is sick, he has to go to see the doctor, right? To receive his darshan, get some recipes, some diet, whatever, instructions. So that's why some of the people, they're going to temple of the Lord to get darshan of the Lord, to awaken their dormant spiritual state of consciousness. And some of the people, they still remember. Sometimes they remember, but sometimes they forget. But some of the people, they're completely forgotten God, like in the Western world, for example. So people, they're completely out, they're just, they're living in an atheistic atmosphere, in forgetfulness of God. Therefore, Krishna, in the form of Lord Jagannath, he comes out himself to give a darshan, like a doctor. When patient is very sick, doctor has to come and see the patient and give some medication to bring him up. So that's why Lord Jagannath, he goes out for this public event, huge event, social event. No other incarnation of Lord, no any other forms of the Lord are going like this. So only Lord Jagannath, he takes trouble to get out from his abode, going out for public observation. So to show himself. And in Skanda Purana, in the section which is called Purushottam Mahatmya, it is explained that whoever receives the darshan of the Lord on the time of Ratha Yatra, he'll get liberated from material existence. So literally he'll get liberation. And there's a story about that. Maybe I'm not going to speak about that, it's a little bit long. Anyway, it is true, it is statement, Shastric statement. If somebody doubted it, it is given in Shastra. And so anyone who sees the Lord in the time of Rath will get liberated. Mukti, from complicated material life. Mukti from escape from this material existence, from this bodily conception of life, the Hatma Buddhi. And it's a great thing, right? So therefore, Supreme Lord takes a travel, he goes out and he shows himself to everyone to make sure that everyone gets his darshan and get liberation. So therefore, Lord Jagannath is a Lord for everyone. He is not only for Hindus, Lord, but he is Lord for everyone, for all different people. Hindus, non-Hindus, Muslims, Christians, whoever, atheists even, Jewish. So Lord Jagannath is everywhere, in every niche tradition of this world, by the way. If we trace out different traditions, we will see Lord Jagannath is there, in different disguised forms, he is there. Like for example, in English language, there is a word, giant, or gigantic. Where does it come from? So it comes from Jagannath, right? He's the most gigantic, he's a huge, he's a Lord of the universe, Master of the universe, Jagannath. There is a city in Promised Land, in Israel, it's called Jaggernaut. And Christian people, they worship Lord Jagannath like, or atheistic people, let's say, they worship him like, it's called Moloch of Orissa. Moloch is an ancient, antique deity from the antique world, which receives the human sacrifice. So they see him like this. I mean, everyone can see according to the level of consciousness. Atma Vammanite Jagat, right? So every one of us, we, according to our combination of our modes and level of our consciousness, we perceive things, we perceive the world. So in the same way, we can see Lord Jagannath in different views, and we have different concepts, different ideas. Who is he? And according to our concept, so he reciprocates with us because he's a Bhavagrahi Janatan, right? So he likes to reciprocate with our mood, our bhava. So therefore, there are different moods and different understanding or concept. Who is the Lord Jagannath? And of course, to see Lord Jagannath, you can get liberated, even without understanding who is he. It works like this. But maybe for us it's not enough to just get liberated, right? So who wants mukti? Mukti is, I mean, it's a great achievement, but not for Vaishnavas, right? Kaivalya Narakayate, te dasha Purakasha Pushpayate. For Vaishnavas, mukti is like a hell. It's a very hellish condition of life. And therefore, Vaishnavas not appreciate it. So we want something more higher. So we want at least prema, right? And therefore, we have to understand who is Lord Jagannath. Not just like see Lord Jagannath, that's it, so we rest, we liberate. So we want to understand who is he. Deeply understand. And therefore, different traditions are worshipping him. Every niche tradition worships Lord Jagannath. But different traditions are worshipping him in different ways, in different moods, in different understanding. For example, if you look at Hindu tradition, there are many different groups and sampradayas. Like maybe general Hindu followers, they worship him like a Lord of the universe. It's just Virat Rupa, like a huge form of the entire universe, right? So Virat Rupa, universal form. And that's why he looks like a very real form with huge eyes, with drawn lips, and so on and so forth. So probably this is Virat Rupa, right? Some of them, they think like this. Followers, those who impersonalists, they accept him as a manifestation of Brahman, impersonal Brahman, right? Sarvakavidam Brahman, so Jagannath is like a Brahman. Of course he's Brahman, he's Para-Brahman, he's a form. Some of the followers of the tradition, like maybe demigod worshippers, They accept him like manifestation of Ganesh, elephant. Sometimes it's put some trunk and dress him or decorate him like elephant. You know, they worship him like this. And for example, Ramanadis, Sri Sampradaya, they worship him like a Lord Ramachandra, and they put next to him bow and arrows and things. So he became decorated with attributes, and so on and so forth. So many different things. And of course, Lord reciprocates with everyone. And of course, Vaishnavas, those who accept principles of pure devotional service to the Supreme Lord, Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti, they accept him as Krishna, right? So Jagannath is Krishna himself, no doubt. He is a Krishna with his sister Subhadra, his brother Balaram, Nilachalam, Nimasya, Nityam, Paramatmane, Baladhadra, Subhadra, Jagannath, Yate Namaha. So we worship Lord Jagannath like the super soul in everyone's heart, with his brother Balabhadra and his sister. He's residing in Nilachala hill on the shore of Western Ocean, Eastern Ocean, I'm sorry. Samudra Syottaritere, Asti Shri Purushottama, Paramananda Mai Brahman, Daro Brahman, Sharira Drik, and we worship in Lord Jagannath like a Daro Brahman, which manifests himself through the material elements in wooden form. And so he is a Krishna, right? But what kind of, which Krishna, what kind of Krishna he is? Because so many Krishnas in our teaching. Like Rupa Goswami explained in Ujjvala Nilamani, there are 96 types of Nayaka, or hero Nayaka. So 96 types of Krishnas. So different Krishnas. So you have to understand which kind of Krishna you worship, right? So, for example, there is Pati and Upapati. He's a paramour or he's a legal husband. So there are different psychotypes, like in psychotherapy, there are different psychological state of consciousness. In the same way, Krishna sometimes changes his mood. So sometimes he's Dhira Lalita, Dhira Shanta, Dhira Udata, Dhira Datta, he's Dakshina, he's Anukula, he's a Purnam, he's Purnattara, he's Purnattama, he's a fully complete, he's a fully perfect, right? So which kind of Krishna is it? Although we know that Krishna is a supreme form of God, but what is the supreme form of Krishna? This is Jagannath. It's the supreme form of Krishna, because Krishna is unlimited, Krishna is multifaceted, let's say. So, Lord Jagannath is Krishna, we understood. And of course, if you look at the history and we look at the Puranas, so we understand Krishna, he's in Dwaraka. So this is Krishna, Dwaraka. He is a controller, he is a master of Dwaraka. Rukmini Dwaraka, right? So he's like this, he's a king, he's the master of Dwaraka, he's a controller, he's a big time. So his attributes and entourage and all these opulences are there. Aishwarya Satsamagrasya Vyasya Shisashiyaha Gyanavaraga Sacheva Shanabhagavatikana. So he in the full manifestation of his power. Aishwarya Mut, this is Dwarakadish Krishna. So, but if he Krishna in Dwaraka, why he has such a strange form? Big eyes, withdrawn limbs, like a very good body. So what happened? Why he manifests himself like this? And this is secretly revealed by Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya opened to us this mystery of Lord Jagannath. Why he looks like this? So it's a huge topic, of course. I cannot cover it in one class, but we just try to touch it because today is the Ratha Yatra, beginning of great festival. So we would like to clarify a little bit Lord Jagannath. And so he is Krishna in Dwaraka, but he is in the mood of Vrindavan. Right? So he is in the mood of Vrindavan. He remember Vrindavan. That's why he looks like very strange. He looks like this. His form is Mahabhava Prakash. He manifests his divine love, which is Mahabhava, which is high limit of love. Because he remembered his beloved devotees in Raj, eternal associates, Vrijavasis. They're very dear servants of him, and by remembering him, he completely in ecstasy. He's stunned. His limbs are withdrawn. He experienced Mahabhava, highest limit of prema. Just by remembering his beloved devotees. So he completely overwhelmed. Hey, Dino Dayabrana, hey, Matvanat, Kadavalokia say, Hridayam Tvama Kataram, Daitya Parmayati Hinkarotia. So he's in a mood of separation, right? So he's completely overwhelmed in emotion. He experienced great love. And this love is called, this is separation, which is highest stage of prema. And it's defined by our acharyas like Vidura, Viraha, Adbhut, right? Vidura, Viraha means separation, Vidura means very long separation, long time, because he left Vrindavan for a long time. So he left Vrindavan, he was 10.8 years old, almost 11, in his Baumalila, right? His eternal age, 15.97, you know that his eternal age, 15 years, 9 days, 9 months, 7 days, I'm sorry. That's his eternal age, but in Baumalila he looks like, he's young, but he looks like only 15. Navayuvana, his eternal age. So he left Vrindavan around 11 years old, and he spent his pastimes in Mathura till 28. And then he left for Dwaraka. And Dwaraka, he spent like to the rest of his manifested pastimes up to 125 when he left this planet. And it's about 97 years. And he was in separation with his devotees in Vrindavan for about 40 years. When he met them again on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. On the field of Kurukshetra, it wasn't a battle yet before. So he came for this big event, which is solar eclipse, where all Vrijavasis came, and from Dwaraka, Yadavas, they came as well. They met each other on Kurukshetra field. And it was a very significant meeting, and after 40 years of separation. So after 40 years, he was completely overwhelmed by seeing his devotees, by remembering his pastimes, by remembering reciprocation with their beloved, with his beloved devotees. Therefore, this is huge separation. It's called Vidur, Dura Pravas and Kinchit Pravas. Sometimes Krishna goes out to grazing the cows on the pasturing grounds. It's called Kinchit Pravas. Half day, a few hours in his Ashtakali Lila. But then when he goes out from Vrindavan for 40 years, it's called Vidur. It's huge. So all devotees in Raj, they completely stunned also. They experience Mahabhava. They're in the same condition like Krishna. And Krishna also, he manifested this Mahabhava Prakash. This is a form of highest limit of prema, which is in separation. So this is Krishna in mood of separation in Vrindavan, in Dwaraka. Dwaraka in mood of Vrindavan, by remembering his beloved devotees. And this is very significant attribute of his form. It's called Prema Madhurya, right? So Krishna has 4 distinctive features of his image, which distinguishes him from even Narayana, Lord Narayana. We know there's 4 different aspects of his supremacy. All of them Madhurya. One of them is Prema Madhurya. Prema means his beloved devotees, those who possess such great prema, which conquer even Krishna. So Krishna overwhelmed by remembering those devotees who in that state of prema, which conquers himself. So his prema bhami, he is controlled by prema. He is manipulated by prema. So that's why he looks like this. He completely overwhelmed. And when Lord Chaitanya comes to see him in Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya, he reveals to us all the secrets. So when he came to see, and they meet each other, it was a blast of rasa. This was a huge explosion of rasa. Can you imagine? So Krishna in a mood of separation, in a great Vidura Pravas, in a huge what's called Virah mood, and also Lord Chaitanya, who is in the mood of, we know that Radha Bhava, duties of the Tamnami Krishna Swarupam, he is in the mood of Shrimati Radharani. So that's Krishna as well, but he is in the mood of Radharani. So when they met each other, it was a blast of rasa. They completely overwhelmed. And this is called Ratha Yatra. This is Ratha Yatra festival, which is going on now, today. It's going to start today in Puri. So, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has said to his preachers, those who were going to the West, he said, you have to bring Ratha Yatra to the Western world, otherwise those people that don't have a chance to get liberation, they're so simple, they're so fallen, so they have to see the Lord Jagannath, otherwise they cannot get out from the complexities of material life. So we have to bring Lord Jagannath to the Western world to show him, and by understanding the concept of Lord Jagannath, it's very deep, of course. People don't understand what is the forms. They're completely bewildered. But anyway, even by seeing Lord Jagannath, they get liberated. And even Lord Ramachandra has said to Vibhishana is the brother of Ravana, to bring Jagannath to Lanka, so that all those Rakshasas, those who were there, they also got benefit from Lord Jagannath and get liberated. Otherwise, they don't have chance. They're so fallen. In the Western world, also people like this, Mlechtas, Yavanas, Rakshasas, Pishachas, and so on and so forth. Like we change the Pranam Mantra to Srila Prabhupada, Namaste Saraswati Devi, Gauravani, Pashirani, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya. Paschatya means land of Pishachas. Like Paschatya means Pishachya, or ghost-like people. Ghost-like people, yes. So, they don't have chance. Only by seeing Lord Jagannath they can get liberation, they can benefit, and they hopefully embark on the process of spiritual emancipation. Anyway, but this is a program which we would like to present for the Western world, for Western people, to give them chance to get the mercy of Lord Jagannath. Like Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj said that for Bengali people, those who come in for Ratha Yatra to Jagannath Puri, for them program is very simple. They're just going to take prasadam, take swim in the ocean, deep in the ocean, then look at chakra on top of the temple and just dance in a kirtan. So this is a program for Bengalis. I think this is also a good program for ISKCON and for outsiders as well. Yeah? So we can present this cultural festival, cultural program for the spiritualization of the entire human society, like Prabhupada said. So we can give them Lord Jagannath. And they may know, may not, they don't know, of course, but they can get great benefit. And of course, this highest understanding of Lord Jagannath which is given by Lord Chaitanya, so we can understand the mystery of his form. That he is a Krishna in Dwaraka, in Vrindavan, in great separation with his devotees. And by meeting Lord Chaitanya, who is a Radharani himself, in Radharani, they unite on the field of Kurukshetra, and this is Ratha Yatra festival. So it's a huge topic anyway. I cannot cover everything, but somehow or other we can touch it. And so we have to understand to what kind of form we worship, what kind of Krishna here in the form of Lord Jagannath. Because we want Krishna who is in Vrindavan. Rajesha Tanis, right? We want Krishna also in Vrindavan. Therefore, our acharyas, they concluded what's our Siddhanta, they said, Aradhya Bhagavan Rajesha Tanis. So our Krishna, Aradhya Bhagavan, our worshipable Lord, is Krishna in Vrindavan. Rajesha Tanis means son of Raja Isha or king of Raja. Tadhama Vrindavan, his abode is Vrindavan Dham, so also worshipable. Raja Raghavardhana Ramya Kachitupasana. And there his beautiful transcendental devotees of Krishna, different types of devotees. They are all conquer Krishna by their love. That's why he's a Brahmana. He is submissive to their love. Raja Vardhana Ramya Kachitupasana. So we worship.
Ramya Kachitupasana.
Yeah, Ramya Kachitupasana. Yes. Yeah, so we follow this verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Pramana Mamala, Prema Kumar Mahan. So this is all these pastimes are described in Bhagavata Purana and Srimad Bhagavatam. And of course our goal is Prema Kumar Mahan, our fifth artha or supreme prayojana or necessity of the soul is to attain prema. So therefore we have to understand all these subtleties of our theological doctrine, our Siddhanta. And why we accept this? Because Lord Chaitanya given it to us. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Madhaka Tadharana Paraha. So we don't care about anything else, we accept it like conclusive truths, like conclusion of all our teaching. So this is some of the points on the Jagannath Tattva, which is very esoteric, very deep and transcendental. So let us remember Lord Jagannath today, contemplate on his pastimes, understand his form, his appearance, and get all benefit out of this great festival celebration, and get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Guru Premanande, Shri Jagannath Mandir Subhadra Mai ki Jai, Shri Ratha Mahamahotsav ki Jai, Shri Rukmini Dwaraka ki Jai, Nitai Guru Premanande, Hare Hare Guru, Hare Krishna. Jai. Kanthara Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you, dear devotees, for waiting today.